still game time decisions?
They will be. Yes. Yeah. There's a chance. So.
You ready to name your starting goalie?
Yeah.
That was done. Yeah. It's nice to have that done. So.
When you look at putting in a rookie goalie his first game, how much help is it for him and just even for the coaches of you guys? Some of these guys in other avenues have played with him. It's not a complete, other than training camp, it's not a mystery to everybody.
I do feel that our team and players have a familiarity with him and vice versa. I feel that he's come in and fit very well here very fast, and lots of different dynamics help that. I mean, he has had some time. He's had some practice time. It's a progression of getting acclimated to our organization through prospect camp, and but I also think of walking in the weight room and seeing him and Craig Anderson sitting on the turf talking, and I walk back in the weight room 20 minutes later and they're still sitting there talking. This is a few days ago, and you walk around the corner another day and it's him and Comrie sitting there chatting, and you see him on the ice chatting. So I do feel that the players, and specifically the goaltenders, have embraced having him here and enjoy having him here. And I know with Craig, Craig's moving closer to the end of his career, and I think those things matter to Craig, that he's part of our young guys, and in this case a goaltender, but our young guys. Craig's done a really good job of imparting some of his wisdom on them and helping them see the simple in what otherwise may feel complex to situations. And so I think I really feel that the players around Devin have welcomed him and done a nice job to help him get ready for today.
The Rangers were just here. It was a 2-1 overtime game, and Shesterkin, you looked like you guys had some great opportunities on him. What was the key in that game where not only were you able to keep the puck out of your net, but get good opportunities and get some pressure on Shesterkin? Just he made some saves on it.
Yeah, I felt we played much more to our identity. The week or so prior to that, we were pulled out. We didn't play to our identity. We were distracted and played tense and tight and lost just the foundation underneath us. And that was one of the games that we got back to just simple and direct and hard. And I felt we did a nice job of taking time and space away, tactically and through work ethic. And we're going to need that exact effort and focus tonight.
Don, obviously you knew a lot about Devin before he got here, but in the last week to 2 weeks, what have you learned about him since he's come to Buffalo?
Great. I mean, he's almost just the last couple weeks solidified your thoughts on him. Is probably the biggest thing that comes to mind, where you heard more of his reputation because he's not here every day. He was here for a week or less than a week during prospect camp, and then we'd spend a little time with him in Boston when we were there, or a little time here and there. But you're getting bits and pieces, and you're getting lots of information from from guys that have coached him, or the scouts and development guys that spend more time with him. So you feel like you know the guy more than you actually know the guy when he arrives. And then obviously when he's here now, now you can say, yes, we're getting to know him, and everything said about him fits. And that's obviously comforting because there's a lot of people that he's met through his life in hockey that really, really believe in him and have cherished time with him.
Don, I was in there a few minutes ago talking to Jack Quinn, and we were talking about young guys. A lot of times they want their whole first season to go like this, but it just doesn't. It's just a lot of up and down. But how much do you sense the last couple of weeks in particular that it's been a little different for him, and he's playing a more mature game, he's more confident in what he's doing, and just seems to be more together in a lot of areas?
Yeah, Jack Quinn. We're talking about his game and maturity. He's playing a more mature game, as you mentioned, and it seems like that's grown through the course of the year, and it has. And it has exponentially. He is playing a more mature game than mature hockey players throughout the league. He's a highly intelligent athlete. He's a great athlete. He has a great skill set. He gives up size and strength right now. He gives up weight, so he has to battle, harder than he's going to have to battle when he gains weight and gains strength. But as far as playing with maturity, it's incredible how he reads. He's been a key guy to have on our penalty kill. He executes as well or better than anyone else on our penalty kill. And we know we've been challenged there, but he comes in and he doesn't feel pressure or anxiety in that situation like others do because he reads it so well. It's almost like he's studied it to the point where there is not anxiety in his game, and I think that's probably the biggest thing. There's less anxiety in Jack Quinn's game because of more intelligence, reading plays, and knowing situations. So his development has really accelerated. I would compare him, when I think of it, to Owen. Those two guys are able to play consistent day in and day out because what seems like random activity to other players is they see patterns of consistency in there, which is a level of maturity beyond his years.
And you talk about strength and weight. I mean, you just sense his play on the wall has gotten a lot tougher in recent games, and he's going to have to get stronger. That comes in the off season too. I mean, why do you think it's just he understands more about angles and just different nuances and things?
He does. You see him. You watch him use his body, even though he's going to get bounced. He'll take his hands off the puck, absorb the hit, get bounced, but most players will leave their hands on the puck, get bounced, and then the puck goes 10 feet away. Just really incredible sense and feel that, okay, I'm going to absorb this hit. The guy probably might knock me a foot, but I'll make sure the puck's 2 feet in front of me so I can still get the puck. And lots of incredible subtleties when you watch him play that he offsets through intelligence and skill. He offsets the fact that he doesn't have size and strength yet. So he offsets it with intelligence and skill. And when he gets size and strength, as I mentioned prior, I see it video 10 to 15 times a game where he next year will literally just plow through the guy that actually got a piece of him and slowed him. He won't be slowed, and that's going to be something to watch. I mean, he has you see immense potential in his game, rooted in skill and intelligence.
Have you seen Riley Stillman get more comfortable playing his game within your system?
I think it's still a progression for Riley, but yes, he's going the right direction. Riley is a player that has to play with a lot of energy. He's a physical guy. We need him to be physical, but yet you have to be cerebral at moments, and controlling your energy to not overpress is always going to be a challenge for players that have to play aggressive. And so when you think of playing aggressive, there's moments to be aggressive, but in between those moments, you must be patient. And it's hard for players that just play on aggression to get the patient side, the calm side. And, especially younger players and players that have moved from one team to the next that feel they need to prove themselves. And you always try to prove yourself by imposing your strengths. But if your strength is aggression and you don't have patience to your game, you're going to get trouble. And I'm not even talking about Riley on that. I'm talking about every single player there is. We've seen Darlene get in trouble with that. He loses his patience. He ends up giving more opportunity away than you'd like.
Thanks.